Thursday night preview live show. It is NFL Week 8. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Buffalo to face the Buffalo Bills tonight, Coop. Pretty exciting matchup. Of course, we are also here to answer your start-sit questions for NFL Week 8, answer your NFL DFS Showdown questions for tonight's Thursday night football matchup. If you have any betting props you'd like to talk about, of course, you can always throw those into the chat here, as well as Coop and I are with you for the next hour, getting you ready for some NFL football Week 8 action. My friend Coop, how we doing?
Fired up, dude. I'm ready to be disappointed by this Dalton Kincaid situation. I'll tell you, matchup-wise, Tampa Bay is kind of middle of the pack versus tight end, but, dude, no Dawson Knox, no Quentin Morris. Even we were talking about the practice squad tight end. His name's like Joel Wilson. They didn't even call him up. It's just Dalton Kincaid. That's the play. Reggie, they'll use the fullback, Reggie Gilliam, in a little bit of inline, but I mean, it's on, man. It's on. We're going to see what this kid's got. So I'm fired up for it, buddy.
Slot receiver Dalton Kincaid activated, right? That's what we're
Let's go, dude. I'm ready. I'm telling you, if he scores a touchdown tonight, we're going to need a new coffee table, man. My phone's going out the window into the neighbor's yard.
I'm sure you have that preloaded tweet already. When that moment happens, right?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, I don't have anything loaded up. Maybe I should get something loaded up. I'll think about it. But I don't know, man. I'm nervous, man.
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot to get to. We appreciate all of you tuning in here. I see Ann Dunn already in the chat. Got some questions that she's driving during the broadcast. Well, pay attention to the road here, Ann. We definitely want you, want to keep the eyes on the road. But we appreciate you tuning in, getting you ready. Of course, she also says she's also ready for the Better Cast tonight. We got to go check out the Better Cast for those as we get this show going here this evening. Dan out here saying kinky for Kincaid.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, dude.
Maybe a team name for Coop here.
If I have a Kincaid team, it's definitely going to be Kincadium. What was it? It was Kincadium Arcadium, like the Stadium Arcadium, John, Red Hot Chili Peppers. So that's where I'm going. Probably not kinky for Kincaid, but we're excited regardless.
We're definitely excited. Let's answer a couple of Ann's, a couple questions that Ann has in chat for us already as our friends start rolling in here. First one, she wants to know, need a flex in PPR, Moss, Roschon, MT, or Kincaid?
I don't like Moss. He's splitting. Like, talk about the worst time for Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss to split. The last week they win against the Browns. This week they go against the Saints. So terrible matchups to start guys that are splitting. Is this and is this the one with the tight end premium or no? If it's not, I mean, Roschon hasn't even been cleared either. So I think I'm going Michael Thomas and Kincaid. Get him in there. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, definitely got to get them in there. I mean, right. If you've been holding on to Kincaid this entire time, or you have Kincaid on your team, this is the moment you've been waiting. So, play it, right? Like, what's the holdback at this point, right? This is why you've had Kincaid on your lineup. You've been waiting for the opportunity for him to break out. He had a great week last week, and now he's in the top position. So, for sure, get him in there. And then her follow-up question, FFPC. So this is the tight end premium. Javonte, Cooper, or Kincaid.
I'm starting Kincaid there as well. Cooper's a tough one because I don't know. He's playing a ton, but he hasn't been super effective. Meanwhile, Javonte Williams, his usage is slowly trickling up. He's kind of on the Breece Hall path now where he's getting more than half the work to himself. So I'm in on Javonte. I don't know, John. Would you go Javonte or Mari with Peach at quarterback?
I think I still go Cooper here. Worried about maybe Javonte getting priced out of that game if that total ends up kind of running out here. So I think I think Cooper's probably where I go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm with you. But Kincaid, I mean, keep an eye on Javonte. He's trending up. Maybe one more week. Let's see if he can get up to 60%, 70% of the snaps, and then we fully unleash him.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% here. The baseball guy from the Twitch gang got a cue here as well. Herbert, Pollard, Eckler, Lamb, Ayuk, Hawkinson, Myers, Butker, Browns. He's just asking us what we think of his team. It's a PPR league.
I mean that's a squad, bro.
I think he did pretty well here, my friend.
Right, and you got to be feeling good that Twitch glasses for the Twitch gang. Let's go. You got to be feeling good that You've got Pollard, Eckler, Lamb all through bye weeks, and your defense, the Browns, got through the bye week. And this past week, the 49ers was the week before last was arguably the toughest matchup they have left. So you got through the tough part, and the Browns are one of the few defenses that I'm just setting and forgetting rest of the year. If I have the Browns, I'm not even thinking about anybody else until maybe the playoffs. You start getting cute, but you got to be feeling pretty good that you're on the right side of a bunch of bye weeks there. Herbert too, actually. Honestly, like your whole team is pretty much through their bye, and now you just you can use your bench entirely on upside. Entirely on upside.
Another Twitch gang member here. Do I start DJ Moore or Jonathan Taylor on the flex this week?
PPR Twitch gang, dude. Twitch gang's out for the first time in a long time. The Twitch gang is out in front of the YouTube crew. That's impressive. I think you're going to start DJ Moore, even with the secret Bajan man at quarterback. DJ Moore is he's explosive. He's making plays himself. Like a lot of these throws from Russell Wilson, they haven't necessarily been amazing throws. It's more DJ Moore making the play. Jonathan Taylor, again, they split the snaps right down the middle, directly down the middle, and they split the carries down the middle last week. I don't see why they go away from that. And the Saints defense is just not – they're very good in the close, compact area against the running backs, against the tight ends. So I just don't really like starting guys against the Saints unless it's in the slot. In the slot against Alontae Taylor, that is the slam dunk spot. He's been one of the worst, right? So it's like we don't love Pittman against Marshawn Lattimore. We don't love the running backs. We don't love the tight ends. Josh Downs – is going to be in every single one of my DFS lineups this week. And I'm willing to be wrong on that one because the matchup is just so good.
George wants to know, for the flex, James Cook, Roschon Johnson, Darrell Henderson. The news that Vita Vea is out tonight for Tampa Bay changes the landscape of their run defense here. Does that put James Cook ahead of Roschon and Henderson for you?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing is that it really changes a lot, man. It's like imagine the Titans without Jeffrey Simmons. Imagine all these, these quote unquote tough run defenses without the main thing that makes them tough. So if it's just one player, I'm not going to go Roschon, just first game off concussion when he hasn't really practiced at all. But Darrell Henderson, kind of interesting to me too, John. What do you think?
Yeah, Henderson's got a little bit of a tougher matchup against Dallas here, but I mean, it was definitely either be Henderson or Cooks for me. And I think I lean Cooks in that.
I think I like James Cook with no Vita Vea. That player is so meaningful to the run defense that I think it changes everything. It really does.
I agree with you there as well. Next question here. We appreciate all of you tuning in. Again, we'll get to your questions. You don't have to worry about double entering them. I promise you, we're going down the list. And we will get to them here for you. Reed wants to start 2 out of the 4. Lawrence, Mayfield, Russell, Minshew. Coop, again, obviously, I do a lot of the quarterback stuff here.
You got it.
How worried are you on this, this Buffalo Bills pass defense right now? Teams are moving the ball on them.
Right. I mean, like, think about it. They lost Trey White. Matt Milano is the guy that covered the tight end. They lost Matt Milano for the season. Yeah, he has he broke his leg on that turf in London. So they're not as scary as they once were. And I imagine this is a super flex. So
sure.
I don't know. I'm starting Trevor Lawrence. I want to get your opinion on Trevor Lawrence, John, because when I watch the games, he doesn't look bad. I think it's just a matter of Travis Etienne's been so good and the game scripts have been kind of weird. Like, does he look like he's struggling to you at all? Or
well, I will definitely agree with you that the surprising events here have been the Travis Etienne touchdowns.
Yeah.
He has just scored I think more than we would have expected. We thought some of those probably would have ended up being passing touchdowns. Instead, they've gone to the running touchdowns instead. But Calvin Ridley has obviously been a bit inconsistent here as well. And I think that isn't helping the perception of Lawrence's struggles here. So, looking at this spot here, I still probably go Trevor Lawrence and Baker Mayfield. Not too sure on Wilson against KC. Struggled in that matchup last time. And then I know Minshew and that team put up a lot of points this last week, but again, I think the Saints are just a better defensive unit than they're going to run up against here. So I'm gonna go Lawrence and Mayfield for me here. Smokey the Cat wants to know, guys, trade Jacobs, Godwin, and Najee to get Amon-Ra. So you're doing a 3-for-1 to get Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and to include running backs here.
So I don't mind trading for Amon-Ra. It just feels like too much. Like Jacobs and Godwin for Amon-Ra, St. Brown feels like almost too much, right? If this is like an 8 or a 10 team league where all the benches are absolutely jammed and you're never going to start Najee Harris, then I might consider it. But I mean, John, would you even do just Jacobs and Godwin for Amon-Ra St.
Brown? Probably.
Yeah, I think I could try and do that, but like
Brees,
trading all three.
Bijan, Gibbs, Roschon, and Charbonnet are his current running backs. Obviously, Charbonnet isn't really involved as much. Roschon with the injury, but Brees, Bijan, and Gibbs aren't a terrible trio. Yeah. So yeah, I'm fine. Chase and CD Lamb are your 1-2. If this is a start 2 wide receivers and a flex, I'd rather have Amon-Ra St. Brown in my flex over those running back groups. So
tell you what, Smokey, go look at that kid's bench and see who his worst 2 players are and get the second worst one thrown in there. He's going to need to drop 2 players to do that trade anyway. So see if you can get a little something back.
Get an extra player out of that.
Yeah, get something back.
I agree. Sean's got a queue here. Need help. Pick one for the flex. Foreman, Tank Dell, Roschon, Henderson, Pierre Strong, Demicardo. Probably one of the first 2 for me.
Well, the thing with Foreman is now Roschon is back. And Foreman was a healthy scratch originally. I think I would go Dell. It's just one player.
Seems it.
You don't like Henderson?
No.
Tough matchup. Dallas is a tough matchup. I think I would go, just go Tank Dell.
Yeah, Tank Dell works for me. Dylan wants to know, last call, starting Mixon, Hunt, or James Cook, full PPR.
I'm starting Joe Mixon, man. I know it's the 49ers, but Mixon is, again, like you said, leaning Mixon for volume. That's where I'm going. You're not going to find too many backs that are on supposedly good offenses playing that many snaps.
Yeah, agreed. Twitch gang in the chat. War Eagle.
Twitch gang, baby. Yeah, let's go.
Big 3, Chase, Puka, Devonta, Kirk.
Got to get the
probably is Devonta Smith the sit here?
It might be, man. He's been last couple of weeks. He's been quite inefficient. Quite inefficient. I mean, you're not going to sit Chase or Puka. No. So it's Devonta Smith or Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk versus Pittsburgh. Devonta Smith gets Washington here, Coop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you going Devonta as a sit?
I think go Devonta as a sit here. I think you go Devonta as a sit.
I think I'm going to go Devonta as a sit as well.
They've been throwing more. I was going to say they've been throwing more screens to Dallas Goedert lately. 6 over the last 2 games, and just a couple more of those plays. There's only so many targets up for that team. So yeah, I think I'd sit Smith.
Yeah, and then Cook or Mixon. We just said Mixon on that question, and then I'm going Stroud over Trevor Lawrence this week.
Yeah, Stroud's awesome. We talked about it on the DFS show. That's up now on this channel. So if you have an opportunity to listen to that, we talk about the main slate. So you don't have to listen today before the game or anything. But, at any point tomorrow or Saturday, John and I broke it all down. And we love the Stroud, Nico Collins stack this week up against that, that defense. And then you can start. Who was it coming back the other way? Now I totally forget.
For who?
So on one side you start for the Panthers coming back the other way, we like Adam Thielen.
Yeah,
so
Adam Thielen. I'm a target monster DFS this year.
Very affordable to put Stroud, Nico, and Thielen all in a lineup, and then you have a ton of money to spend up on AJ Brown. I mean, we go through it on the show, so go check out the DFS show.
Jack here has kind of an interesting question, I guess. Obviously, we're thinking long-term fantasy football playoffs. If Week 17 is your championship, would you be worried about CMC, Etienne, or Kelsey sitting? Generally, these guys don't sit Week 17. They would sit Week 18. So unless your playoffs go into Week 18, then I'd be a little bit concerned. But no, they should all still be playing in Week 17 here. So not too concerned, but good on you. CMC, Etienne, and Travis Kelce. The Travis Kelce discount everybody got because he got hurt at practice like 2 days before the season started. A lot of people got some late first round Kelce there. Daniel says got offered Jacobs. He wants a 24 first and 25 third. You're the dynasty player here, Coop. What are your thoughts on trading draft picks here?
Yeah, he was offered Jacobs 24 first and 23 third. Personally, I need to know what your record is, but if you're one of the front runners, like if you're one of the top 3-4 teams and you think you can win this year, then I absolutely do that. Josh Jacobs is a guy who he's got a full snap share. Wherever he goes next year, he's going to get a full snap share. Like, I play to win now. So if you have a shot this year, then put the name on the trophy and the money in your pocket. So, and first, we overestimate our ability to pick the 50-50 coin flip that our first round picks. Not to mention, Daniel, if it's your own first round pick and your team is as good as you think, that's going to be a bad pick. I mean, I traded away a first round pick for Cooper Kupp, and that pick is probably going to be, knock on wood, I mean, I'm undefeated, so that pick's probably going to be at least a bottom 4 pick, right?
Yeah. Dino Fontaine wants to know if Josh Palmer's out, Rashee Rice or Curtis Samuel. I'd go Rashee Rice if that ends up being the case here.
Yeah, I like Rice. He's got the higher upside. Curtis Samuel is kind of, it's just what would it take for him to have 100 yards? He would need to mix in a carry, get a bunch of targets. But yeah, so Palmer, I haven't heard an update on Palmer. Is he not practicing?
I didn't see that. So I mean, I guess I don't know. I have to dive into it.
Yeah, that's news to me. Yeah, so Josh Palmer, 2 back-to-back DNPs. So Quentin Johnston could be on the radar for your showdown.
New day for DFS. They're on the Sunday night game, right?
Sunday
I think
night.
so. But Rashee Rice for me in that spot. Sean says he's got to start with QB, Minshew, Carr, Baker, Dobbs, or Stafford.
We like the matchup for Carr, but Stafford's the better player. John, how do you have it this week?
I think I would go Stafford, given the receiving weapons he has here.
2 Cooper Kupps.
Yeah, 2 Cooper Kupps. Hard to argue with that one. Daniel answered that Dynasty Q already. Guys, I promise you we will answer your questions. Don't need to double up on us here. Chaka,
that's our boy, dude. What's up, Chaka?
Wants to know Swift and Thielen for Cup in a redraft league.
Oh, man.
Thielen's basically been Cup this year. So
yeah, Thielen's been awesome. Again, I would only do that if one of those guys is like not even in your lineup. Like if one of those guys is just on your bench, then I would consider it. If you're trading both those guys out of your starting lineup and then you need to take somebody off your bench and start them, then I don't know if I'd do that. Chaka, let us know who is going into the lineup, because that makes all the difference. It really does.
Yeah, I agree. You gotta give us a little bit more info on that one. Sean wants to know: start Hunt or Osborne over any of Lockett, Palmer, Smith, Gibbs, or Bijan. So he's got a wide receiver and a running back on his bench. Would you start Osborne over Lockett, Palmer, or Smith? You start Hunt over Gibbs or Bijan?
I think you have it right, but as we just talked about, Josh Palmer 2 do not DMPs in a row. So if Palmer's out, then I just slide Osborne in there.
Would you start Osborne or Hunt if that was a flex question?
Osborne
over Hunt this week?
Yeah, I think so. Even against Jair Alexander, I mean, he's not going to just follow Osborne around the whole day. If anything, he'll follow Addison around. But I think it's just going to be like, some plays Osborne, some plays Addison.
Right. Rick wants to know Kincaid or Ferguson.
Kincaid for me, man. Ferguson has just not been a full-time player. I mean, last week he actually had his best route participation, even though it was still only like 60-70%, and he only caught 1 pass. I mean, Kincaid last week, Dawson Knox was playing. He played most of the game. He made a tackle on the interception, and Kincaid had 8 of 8, right? Kincaid's caught every catchable pass. So according to Pro Football Focus, he's had 26 catchable passes. He's caught 25 of them. Like, this guy's dialed in, man.
Yeah. Let's see here. Knight's letting us know it's
Jake Easy. That's the boy, dude. What's up, dude?
Pancake wants to know Pittman, Evans, Sutton, or Rice this week. I gotta go Evans for me. I'm a big Evans fan tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you. Pittman has Marshawn Lattimore this week, so we
usually PPR actually. So does that change anything for you? I still think it doesn't impact Evans all too much.
Makes it more that's better for Evans. That's Evans' best format.
Big Daddy Weirdo, Eagles, Chiefs, or Jets defense this week. Eagles got the best spot, so
yeah.
Eagles against Washington is probably where I would run that.
Yeah, one. Howell. The thing with Howell, it's crazy. I was looking at it the other day because I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on. He has been on
45 times.
Yeah, he's been on the run like crazy. In fact, of the dropbacks, he only throws a pass. 1 of every 5 dropbacks, he doesn't throw the ball. He gets sacked, he throws it away, or he ends up scrambling. Like nobody is at that level right now. So for sure. John, I wanted to mention, notice how the Twitch people are in here and stuff. I think what happened with the other show is we started talking about hockey. It screwed up the whole algorithm. So we got to talk about football for the first 5 minutes or so.
We do. And we'll get them in here. That's true. Yeah. We gave out the hockey call earlier.
We screwed that one up pretty bad. Yeah.
Non-PPR, Evans, highest TD chance than Rice.
Yeah. That's
I think he was answering the question above. We got you.
That's Keezy, dude. Yeah, he's a smart guy.
He's out here helping us out in the chat. Still answering the questions in there. Trying to find questions. Everybody's answering the questions for us here.
Here's one. Justin says, if I was trading away Gibbs, who do you think I should target in return? So what I like to do is I like to picture what if we were going to draft again today, what the draft might look like, right? And in fact, we do have a little cheat code where Underdog does the they do like redrafts so for week 7, they did a new thing where it's like, okay, draft again right now, right?
Right.
And I think they're going to do, if they do it in week 7, I imagine they're going to do it, or is week 6, I imagine they're going to do another one right before Thanksgiving. So go over to Underdog, use promo code ALARM. Right now, they'll match up to $500, which is ridiculous. When I jumped in there, I only got a $100 match. But if you go over there, yeah, there you go. There's your link right there. Get set up over there. You can actually see what it looks like when people do drafts mid-season, but I like to picture, okay, where would I take Gibbs? For me personally, right now, I'm not sure if I can go much higher than the 4th round, right? Maybe for a
Yeah.
guy like that. And then so I look around and say, okay, what wide receiver would I be taking in like the 4th round? And now you're looking at guys probably that are down a little bit, but still have upside. Maybe a Calvin Ridley, maybe like a Terry McLaurin, right? So that's the way I do it. Is I try to equate what it might look like and try and match it up that way, you know?
Yep. I agree. Arthur wants to know here, London, Cooper, or Watson for a flex play here. I like London this week.
I like London. Yeah, he's had some pretty bad matchups lately, and he actually did well against AJ Terrell, which is a tough matchup. I'm sorry, not AJ Terrell. Lattimore, was it?
Yeah,
He did well against Lattimore, and now he gets the Titans. This Titans team is a mess, man. No one is practicing. No Tannehill.
And they trade away Byard.
They trade away Kevin Byard. Yeah, so that London's the spot.
Yep. Defense question here for Ralph: Bills, Seahawks, Falcons, or Dolphins? I'm going Falcons this week.
Yeah. Falcons. We're using Falcons in DFS too. Only 2,900 on DraftKings.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Will Levis. Like, he's literally just Jay Cutler 2.0. Like, he's not scared to huck it, chuck it. And I think we're going to have some turnovers in that game.
Agreed. Hal wants to know in a PPR, how do you see Rice stacking up against Higgins? Higgins is a wide receiver 2, Rice a wide receiver 3. Like, what's your opinion on Rice versus Higgins at this point?
Well, here's the thing. Rice, we know, is going to be a part-time player to some degree. I think, John, you were right. You predicted he would get up to 60% snap share this week, and he did. And I think he'll continue to be at that level. Higgins, the question is, normally he's a damn near 100% snap share player. With the ribs last week, he split with Trent Irwin, and they each played about half the game. So that's the risk you're taking here. Higgins is the high risk, high reward play. Rice is kind of the safer play. I think I'd just go. Higgins is going up against the 49ers anyway, so I think I would just maybe go Rice.
I'm going to go Rice. Rice is the guy for me. As long as Watson's out, it seems like at the very least he's going to play 60% of the offensive snaps there. So, BZ chiming in that Vita Vea is inactive. Yeah, it's going to help that running attack for Buffalo here this evening. Which running back do I start? Singletary, Foreman, Hunt, or Hubbard this week? Well, what's his face there? Miles Sanders is going to be back, so Hubbard kind of gets put to the wayside there. Yeah. Singletary and Pierce both saw double-digit carries prior to the bye week, but coming out of the bye week, they may kind of reset Pierce a little bit there. Roshan is now out of concussion protocol. I think Hunt might be the only guy with the actual starting job of that group.
Hunt's my guy. I know Pierce strong, super fast. Everyone's excited. You got to remember, this guy's a cast-off from the Patriots who then went out and signed like Zeke, and like he's got the speed, but the veteran Hunt is going to get more pass. He's going to get the pass blocking work. He's going to get the goal line work. So I like Hunt.
Yep, I'm with you there 100% when it comes to that. So next question that we got on the board here from Twitch Gang. Jalen Hurts has been having knee issues. I keep him in, risk it, or sell now for a more stable quarterback. I don't know. I think again, this all depends on what you're getting back, but it'd have to be a lot to trade Jalen Hurts at this point.
I'll keep Jalen Hurts, and I will just lose if I have to. The guy is scoring a rushing touchdown every single game. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns in 7 games, and they're automatic. So I don't they're not going to stop doing that QB sneak just because his knee's a little rough, right?
Right. I mean, again, they're enough to play him, but he's a hard sell for me. So if you get blown away, sure, but know that there aren't many quarterbacks that are going to equal the Hurts production for you. So Dalton, Schultz, or Kincaid here?
I'm skewing away from Schultz a little bit. People get really excited after a couple decent games for these guys, but Schultz, he's not an every down player most of the time, right? You go in and look at the snap shares for Schultz. I got it right here. It's 81%, 71%, 68%, 49%, 59%, 63%. And now they get Tank Dell back, which kind of cuts into the short yardage receptions. Dalton Schultz is so boring. Start Dalton Kincaid. Let's have some fun, Daniel. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Hal wants to know, was the Deontay Johnson DNP maintenance? Probably.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so. Tomorrow, we'll see with the walkthrough, because tomorrow they do the walkthrough, and like if he's a DMP for that, then that means there's actually something that's a problem.
Yep. We got this question here. Traded Keenan Allen and Laporta for Eckler, Ayuk, and Myers. Did I win the trade? Allen and Laporta. Well, I guess it depends. Oh, you got Hawk for Eckler, Ayuk, Hawkinson, and Myers. Then, well, I mean, yeah, I would say so. You got Eckler, Ayuk, Hawkinson, and Myers. Yeah, that's a win.
Dude, what? That's crazy. Why would they? I don't know why they would do that. Because, I mean, I love Keenan Allen. But, I mean, Austin Eckler and Ayuk for Keenan Allen, and then Laporta and Hawkinson aren't far off. Forget the fact that you got Myers as well, which, like, it doesn't – I imagine Jacoby Myers. I mean, like, what the heck? I don't even understand that trade. That trade makes no sense to me.
Yeah, good on you for fleecing the deal.
That was a great trade, dude. Good job.
Let's see here. Our buddy Dan wants to know, any interest in Bijan on DraftKings? He's down to 6K. Listen, here's the thing. Tennessee still has a really good run defense. Right. So it is tough for me to want to play Bijan this week, but if there was ever like a contrarian time, I guess, for some Bijan Robinson, maybe this would be the week. I mean, he does still catch the football. What are your thoughts, Coop?
Yeah, I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is he's the problem there. I mean, he's going to catch passes, but I don't know. When I look through, like, I look at Travis Etienne and his price. Look at who is the other Pollard. Even Pollard's pretty affordable. Like, I don't see any need to start.
Yeah, I mean, this week Isaiah Pacheco is $6,100, so just $100 more. Breece Hall is going to be the highest roster running back on the slate. He's $100 less than Bijan. So Dan, super contrarian play. If you want to go there, you can. It is not really a great matchup. But if he scores in the passing game, what does it matter? I think they're going to throw all over Tennessee this week. Hal says PPR, Strong, McLaughlin, or Hunt. Is Palmer is playing, or Hunt is playing over Palmer, or Hunt is playing Palmer over all of them if he's in the right plan? Trying to read hieroglyphics here. PPR, Strong, McLaughlin, or Hunt. If Palmer is play all of them, I guess is what he's saying. So yeah,
Strong, McLaughlin, Hunt.
Play Palmer over all of them if he's active.
Yes. Yep,
and then Hunt over Strong and McLaughlin for me.
Yes, that's it. You got it. Come on, Hal. Take a call. I know, Hal, you're in here all the time. I know you know how to type.
Take a breath. We'll
Take a breath. Clean those up.
Use periods and commas where they're necessary. I promise you guys.
It's Palmer. Yeah, it's Palmer. And then if Palmer's inactive, it's Hunt.
Big Daddy Weirdo says, does Washington always play good against the Eagles, though? Or
I do. That does happen, man, in the division, like, for a long time, even though when the Patriots were awesome,
that was that near comeback game for Washington earlier this year for them, where they threw a whole bunch. But I'm still gonna go the Eagles side for that one. Get in the game. Little better cast here. Will Dalton Cade score a touchdown? Plus 25 on the Better Cast app. Guys, if you don't know about the Better Cast app here, I'll cover my face while Coop tells everybody about it.
Yeah. Sorry, Johnny. Better Cast, so there's the QR code right there.
And the QR
click. Yeah. See how it's shining there, nice and shiny. It's our app that we have where we ask questions like that one in the app. Basically the same over-unders that you're betting anyway. Like you go in and say, oh, I'm going to bet this, I'm going to bet that, except it's free. So you're in there, you're watching the game, you're hanging out, you're playing. We're in there in the chat, talking. Like I'm going to be in there rooting on Dalton Kincaid, of course.
Howard Benner will be in there.
Howard Benner will be in there.
We're watching the game with you together while answering questions for chances to win tickets that you can redeem for autographed memorabilia, jerseys, a lot of cool things.
Exactly. So it's basically just a free app, free start sits. I mean, sorry, not free app, free props, and you can if you win, you can trade it in for actual prizes. I mean, it's free, so you got to have your phone with you anyway. Watch, play, win, get in there. But yeah, plus 25 points.
Download the free app.
I already went in and hit yes on every single Dalton Kincaid one. Bop, bop, bop. Yes. Over.
I like it. So again, we'll throw some more of those pregame questions in here as we go. Hal wants to know more in Olave to get Tyreek. Yeah.
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 Get Tyreek by any means
Get
necessary.
Tyreek by almost any means necessary.
Tyreek Hill, since I've been playing this game, there's only been 5 wide receivers that had a yards per route run over like 3.3 at this point in the season. And I'm talking one of them was Wes Welker. One of them is Tyreek Hill last year. And the other 2 are AJ Green and Julio Jones. And the highest one of those was 3.53. Tyreek Hill's yards per route run through 7 games is 4.65. He is literally breaking the statistics. One of the most important statistics, one of the most predictive statistics. His number is impossibly high. So he's just having arguably the best start to a season that a wide receiver's ever really had.
I forget what Chaka's trade was. Swift and Thielen for Cup was his trade in a PPR. We said do it. He says that his depth here, trading Swift and Thielen, he would then leave Kamara, Hendo, and Javonte with Kyron on the IR, Akers, and Moss. So trading Swift would leave him a little bit empty at the running back position. You'd be then adding Cup to Wilson, Olave, and Sutton. So I still think getting Cooper Kupp is fine. But if you're worried about your running back depth, it feels like you're answering your own question.
Yeah, I would rather be thin at wide receiver than thin at running back, to be honest with you.
Yeah, truth. Which is why it's always important to give us the full scope of your question. PPR D2, wide receiver and a flex. Smith, also first names help.
Especially Smith, when the last name is Smith.
Smith, right? Amare, using a first name there. Sutton, Downs, and Laporta. I know you're a big Downs guy this week here, but do you like him over what I would imagine is Devonta Smith, Amari Cooper, Cortland Sutton?
I do. Honestly, I have to check my rankings. I think I still have Devonta Smith over Downs, but I think I would go Smith and Downs for sure. And then I would start Laporta.
I agree with you. Yeah. I mean, 100%. In on that one. Trade question. Trade Kamara and DK for Amon-Ra. Half PPR. Kamara is almost getting as many catches as Amon-Ra.
I'm not trading Kamara, man. He's too good right now, dude. He's too good.
Your running backs are Eckler and Etienne. Wide receivers are Hollywood, Myers, London, Pittman. You don't really need to make a move here. I think I would keep Kamara and DK.
Just start Eckler, Etienne, and Kamara every single week and win the league.
Jake Kesey saying that we're going to get Higgins to the Panthers. Probably.
That would be something.
They're going to trade somebody at some point here. 1.75 tight end premium. Would you trade Schultz for Mingo?
No.
What's your other tight end, man?
It depends who your other tight end is.
You'll probably know, but what's your
Mingo is the second most interesting Panthers wide receiver because he plays all the snaps, and Chark and Marshall and Laviska Shenault are kind of just mixing and matching, but I don't know. Depends who else you got, dude.
Yeah, let us know, Lemonade Moonshine there. Hal just spamming our chat, but not intentionally. Sorry, I need some punctuation. I'm done typing. I can't even avoid the return key. Hal, just sit back and relax. If you have any questions here, we're not going anywhere.
Hal, text me, bro, if you have questions.
Relax, exhale. We'll be here for you, I promise.
Text me if you have questions. You have my number.
Gabe Davis or Tank in a full PPR.
Tank. I'm going Tank.
There we go. Mr. Scamper says he's getting in the BetterCast app to finally answer those pregame questions. Get in the BetterCast app and get those pregame questions. Give yourself a head start on the competition, man. Why wait? Linda says you won't answer her question, so she wants me to answer it. Kincaid over Ingram here.
Linda, you're so annoying, dude.
Listen, as I've said all along, you've been waiting for this moment for Dalton Kincaid. So why not have fun with it and play Kincaid over Ingram?
Yeah, I don't know. I put them they're in the same tier, which gives you permission. I have them back-to-back in my rankings, but I still have Ingram ahead because he's safer. But if you want to have some fun, get Kincaid in there. So, and Linda, I'm sorry. Linda blowing me up on Twitter saying she's going to call me if I don't answer. As you can see, I'm doing a live show. So, yeah, you have permission to do it. Just know that I have Ingram ranked one spot ahead.
There you go. Tommy getting the game, giving us some more props here. Rachaad White over under 46.5 rushing yards going up against this Buffalo Bills defense.
Over. I think over. This team is it's not the defense that it once was, this Bills defense. So I think I'm interested in the over.
Yeah, he's missing so bad.
I know.
So bad running the football. House says under. I'm kind of leaning the under too, but I don't know. Cooper and Lockett a fair trade for DJ Moore and Jamar Chase.
Why?
I mean, you're trading wide
what?
receivers for wide receivers, so
I would much rather have DJ Moore and Jamar Chase, though.
yeah, so would I. So if you're getting, I mean, Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver in that
assuming that's Amari Cooper, not Cooper Kupp.
Yes. Let us know if that's Cooper Kupp.
But
if it's Amari Cooper, I would do that deal.
I might have DJ Moore and Jamar Chase both ranked ahead of both of Amari Cooper and Lockett. I think you might be getting both of the better players.
Agreed. Is Tyreek worth CMC and Chase?
No. I mean, based on the numbers I threw out there, Tyreek Hill is one of the most valuable guys possible, but not worth both those players. CMC, I would rather have CMC straight up than Tyreek, just because the RB position is so tough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trade CMC and Chase for Tyreek there.
Yeah, but Tyreek is just being historically efficient. That's what it is.
McLaurin, Gabe over McLaurin or Devonta Smith for a full point. Nah. I'm not playing. I'm going to play McLaurin and Smith probably.
Gabe is interesting to me in very specific formats. Somebody came to me earlier and said, they asked me a question. They said, I have a league that has bonuses for 40-yard plays. That's interesting for Gabe Davis. Best ball is interesting for Gabe Davis. Standard is interesting for Gabe Davis. But this is a guy that basically Josh Allen throws it up, just eyes shut, chucks it up downfield. Half the time it gets intercepted. Sometimes Gabe Davis catches it. That's the question of the day with Gabe Davis. And in full point PPR, I just don't like playing those guys if I don't have
to. I agree. C-Dog wants to know, Kenneth Walker didn't practice again. If he doesn't play, does Charbonnet become an automatic start? I mean, it's Cleveland, but yeah.
It's a bad matchup.
You're going to play him, though, PPR. So.
Yeah, it would be a hard time. That's the thing. It's it'd be hard for me to rank him outside of my top 24 to 36 players, which means he's probably going to go in the flex.
Yeah, I'm with you. But Bass is under. White can't run behind. Yeah, I agree. Scampers, Lockett, and KW, both DMPs again. I know, man. Seattle's. That's why I like Cleveland defense and DFS this week. They could be Seattle could be really down.
Right. So with the Lockett information, just so people know, DK Metcalf, when he's out, Jake Bobo, the bigger player, comes in and plays split end. If Lockett is out, that's wheels up for Jackson Smith-Njigba because he plays that style of play. In fact, they mix and match in the slot. So if Lockett's out, JSN is you got to move him way up.
Yeah, I'm with you there. But who would you target in a trade for a wide receiver? I mean, I don't know, Cam Daddy, give us like an idea of what you're looking to deal,
right?
What's in your league. It's very difficult to really just suggest, but I don't know. Is there a buy low candidate on your radar here, Coop?
I'll give some. Nico Collins just faced AJ Terrell and Marshawn Lattimore. I think that coming off those weeks, he's a guy that I'd be willing to target. If you're a team that has like 5 or 6 or 7 wins, I would go after T. Higgins. Josh Downs is a guy I'm trying to get. Like that, those type of guys. It depends what your record is on whether you need to go after guys now. If you're trading up for the highest assets that I think aren't being valued fully properly, Keenan Allen, I think, is literally he's already at his bye week, and I don't see why he wouldn't be. If Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown are this like massive, crazy tier at the very top, I don't see why Keenan Allen wouldn't be in the very next tier. And I don't know if people really view him that way. So I'd be trying to get him.
The baseball guy wants to know who our favorite Super Bowl to win the Super Bowl this year is.
That's a good question.
I mean, it was looking like the 49ers for a while, but their whole team is falling apart now. So why not just go with Kansas City? I mean, that team is just loaded top to bottom all the time. So
yeah, I like betting. I like Kansas City, or I like the Shanahan tree of offenses. So both 49ers and Dolphins. I like what those teams are doing. I think they can make some noise. And I also really like what Howie Roseman's doing for the Eagles, going out trading for Kevin
getting more defense. Yeah.
Right. And they said that he says he's not done. He says he's not done.
They need that guy that's going to cover Travis Kelce, Njoku was his other tight end. Now this was the 175 trade Schultz and Mingo. So he trades Schultz for Mingo. He already has Njoku.
I would keep Schultz. I would keep Njoku and Schultz because you're going to need Yeah. I mean, Njoku's been solid, but I mean, at 1.75 PPR, you're more likely to start Schultz at the flex than you are Mingo.
Right. Mike Evans over under 56.5. I'm going over here tonight. That's a big bet for our.
We like Mike Evans. Yeah.
We do. C-Dog wants to know, would you start Charbonnet over Cooper and Ridley if he was to start?
This is for those, if you
assuming that Kenneth Walker got ruled out.
Kenneth Walker is out. I think I would start him over Cooper. Ridley's kind of tough, man. I think I would just start Charbonnet, honestly.
Yeah, start the running back. I know it's Cleveland, but he catches the football, so I'm okay there. Hal says, isn't Charbonnet and both Kenneth Walker banged up? They are. Both of them. Charbonnet, I don't think, played last week.
Right.
Questionable.
And it's against the Browns. But I mean, like, Amari Cooper's playing with P.J. Walker, and Ridley has been disappointing to say the least.
The P.J. Walker, Amari Cooper thing is weird because he actually did really well against San Francisco, P.J. Walker at quarterback. And then the end of last week, he got going a little bit. Ridley's my biggest scare because, I don't know, he's just one catch last week. I mean, what are we doing? Twitch King Jack says, my friend is trying to convince me to start James Cook at my flex over Jonathan Taylor and DJ Moore. He's pretty persuasive. So what are your thoughts here? James Cook over Jonathan Taylor or DJ Moore? Moore gets the Chargers matchup this week with Bajent at quarterback. Jonathan Taylor gets the Saints on the timeshare, or James Cook here tonight against Tampa Bay.
I would do it. I think I'm definitely starting to go over Jonathan Taylor. I don't want to start Taylor against the Saints in the split. It's Cook or DJ Moore, but DJ Moore's got Bajent at quarterback. You know, they won the game, but Bajent didn't really do anything too impressive. So I'd just start James Cook tonight.
Yep, I'm with you there. The baseball. Do we think Hawkinson ends up being the guy to play this week? Hawkinson is going to play this week.
I think he's going to play.
Daniel wants to know, would you play Oliver if Hawkinson's out there? Just going back to that question. Any interest?
Josh Oliver? Nah, I have no interest, man. They're not going to change up the rules and have him out there running around like crazy. I mean, maybe he does. They'll probably move Johnny Munt into like an inline tight end and have him do a little more, but you can find somebody better probably.
Half PPR flex spot, Rashad White, T. Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, Judy, Rice, Bourne, Sanders.
I think I like Rashid Shaheed there. He's been playing a lot more snaps. Like he only ran like 4 or 5 fewer routes than Olave and Michael Thomas this week. So, but Kendrick Bourne. In half PPR, I think I go Shaheed.
Even over Rice?
I think so, man. Like I like Rice. The thing is, I was super high on Rice.
Rice might be the number one actual wide receiver on that team after Travis Kelce.
Yeah, but he's still operating in terms of snaps behind Marquez Valdez-Scantling, behind Sky Moore. Like I'm big on Rice. I got rookie of the year bets on Rice that aren't going to hit, but it's just he's not playing enough, man.
I'm not going to go
Shaheed. Go Rice. Shaheed's been good, dude.
I mean, Sanders would probably be an interesting spot. He's off the injury report, off a bye against Houston.
The coach though said that they're going to ease him in. Oh, I'm a big Miles Sanders guy. I mean, yeah, I go with Rashid Rice. Rashid Shaheed is kind of boom bust.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Rice. It's Rice for me, or Bourne if we don't think so. That's where I'm going to go. Is McVay a Shanahan coaching tree guy? I think so.
Yeah, right? He is.
Right. Yep. McBride or Jonnu this week?
Like I have Trey McBride ahead. He's going to get the full job with no Zach Ertz.
Do we think the Texans make the playoffs this year? Probably not.
No. Well, they would have to win the division.
Yeah. Tennessee, Indy, Houston. What team am I missing there? Tennessee, Indy, Houston,
Jaguars,
Jacksonville.
And Jacksonville's 5-2, so
that's gonna be tough for them.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But the one catch for Ridley, more of a Lattimore problem, could have been, but he also has been hit or miss for a lot of this year.
Tough matchup. Lattimore's been a tough matchup. That's why we don't like. I think it's Michael Pittman going against Lattimore. We don't like that.
Olave questionable, Waddle questionable, Madison or Hollywood. You need 2 of them in the PPR for scampers.
You just start. I'm starting Olave no matter what. I'm starting Olave and Waddle. If Waddle is like out because of the back issue, then I would go with Hollywood. But I'm starting Olave and Waddle.
Yeah. Ray wants to know flex option, assuming Montgomery's out, which I believe he's going to be out. But I play Metcalf versus the Browns, Watson versus the Vikings, Kareem Hunt versus Seattle, or Downs versus the Saints in a standard league.
Standard is not a good format for Josh Downs. I think I would play Metcalf against the Browns, or Kareem Hunt versus Seahawks. But I think I'm leaning Metcalf versus the Browns.
Yeah, that's fine. I like that one. Hopkins versus Seattle, Aubrey versus Rams. Where's Linda? We need to get these.
Where's Linda? Yeah,
Linda, let me know your kicker rankings here. Yeah, Hopkins versus Seattle's probably fine. Do you think Walker stalls out? Needs to kick some field goals.
I have Aubrey ranked ahead in my rankings, but I'm actually just going to real quick pull up Linda's rankings because she's the best at this.
She's the best kicker.
Give a shout out to our friend Linda who was in the chat earlier. She is the kicker guru, and this week she has Brandon Aubrey ranked at 4.
All righty, there you go.
And Dustin Hopkins at 10. So
get the better dome, right? Get the kick inside. Get the good leg for that kid.
Yeah, it's good.
Off-topic question: who's winning the World Series? Well, you were wearing a Diamondbacks jersey yesterday.
I've got my I just looked down to see if I was wearing the same T-shirt, but I'm not. I'm wearing a Fantasy Alarm T-shirt, but I do have my Archie Bradley Cup still here. My Diamondbacks 20th anniversary.
I still think it'd be a pretty big upset if the Rangers lose the World Series here. So, Ray says he just traded James Cook and Higgins for Breece Hall. Yeah, that's fine by me. I'm good getting Breece Hall and guys the ball.
Oh yeah, we love that. That's a great trade, Ray. I like that.
Yep. And then Daniel said he was leaning Rice or White here in that question where you mentioned Rashid Shaheed there. So I would go Rice over White if I was picking one or the other. Guys, if you have any more questions, feel free to throw them in chat. We're more than happy to answer them for you. But Coop, how about we build a little DFS Showdown lineup for the folks?
Let's do it. You want me to pull it up or you got it?
Yeah, you want to pull it up? Go ahead.
I already have it up. I have a few lineups in already. Showdown time, baby. Let's go. Chat.
The little showdown slate. See where everybody's heads are at for their captain spot this evening here, Coop.
Yeah, let us know, chat, if there's anybody special you demand that we get in here. We could probably have time to make a couple of them. So
yeah,
for this first one, this is one where we're going to obviously do the Dalton Kincaid captain lineup. So this will be the Kincaid lineup. Okay. He's in there right now. I think
Evans.
We'll go Mike Evans coming back.
Yeah.
I think with Kincaid at captain, he's only 7,500.
Probably got to go Josh Allen, right? Because if Kincaid's going to hit the value, Allen's throwing the touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably get Baker in there too.
Okay, that's good. 57.50.
Yep. I mean, you can almost start whoever the hell you want.
I know.
Do we go fade Diggs game with like Gabe Davis and?
I'm trying to see what's our cheap. Do we have a cheap thing down here?
Trey Palmer.
I was gonna say, would you want to use Chase McLaughlin? Get a little kicker value in there. Tampa Bay's drive stall out. Have to kick some long field goals.
I want to get Trey Palmer in one of them. Do we do Trey Palmer this time or next time?
Let's do it next time. What's your Trey Palmer obsession with?
He basically, you look at like Jordan Addison to start the year, for instance. He was still producing as the third guy because they were using enough 3 wide receiver sets that he was playing a ton. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what's going on here is that it's Evans and Godwin, but this kid plays enough that for one game, for one night, we could have magic. Man. We could have a trade.
Could be a Latavius Murray play as well if you want him there at 48. But
how much is he?
48.
Okay, so who do we want to afford here?
We have $6,900. I think Gabe Davis would be the obvious plug.
Fits perfectly in there,
right? So now you're fading Diggs, but you have Kincaid and Gabe Davis as your top, 2 pass catchers. You have Mike Evans. You have both quarterbacks here. So and the kicker again for when the Tampa Bay drive stalls out. So
there it is, dude.
I'm in.
Boom, get it in there.
Let's get let's rebuild this now. Let's get your.
Let's clear. We got some questions that came in, so let's do some questions.
Okay, cool.
And we'll get back in. So Tommy's saying Joel Wilson. Tommy, they didn't activate him. He didn't get activated, so they didn't call him up from the practice squad. Joel Wilson. So no Joel Wilson.
Scammers wants to know Lions or Cowboys for defense this week. So probably Lions versus the Raiders, right? I mean, Aiden O'Connell probably the QB this week.
Gross. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Stafford's looked good, man. I wouldn't put it past the Rams to come out and win this game, man. I wouldn't put it past them.
I'm with you. Ice Hype Beast, great name. Waller or Kincaid?
Waller. So the thing is, Waller's a little banged up, and honestly, the people keep saying, "Oh, the Jets defense." It's like such a great matchup for tight ends, but the reality is that the Jets versus the tight end, they're pretty good versus the primary tight ends. In fact, Travis Kelce had his worst game of the year against the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Jets have the highest scoring tight end versus the Jets was Pharaoh Brown.
Right.
With a 70-yard touchdown. And you look around, you start digging in, and the starting tight ends have been fine. It's random tight ends for Pharaoh Brown, for Luke Schoonmaker, for Noah Gray. Like, that's not the primary tight end. The guys that cover the primary tight end do pretty well. So right. Waller's not as good of a play as you'd think, but I'd still start him over Kincaid.
How's liking the Bills defense and James Cook here this evening, which is, of course, definitely a playable. And then AA has a half PPR question. Ridley Higgins or Gus Edwards this week?
Ridley Higgins or Gus Edwards?
Mm-hmm.
So Gus is only good in positive game scripts, and they are playing the Cardinals. So it should be a very positive game script. I actually think I would start Gus there.
Yeah, Gus works for me here as well. All right, Cube, let's get your Trey Palmer lineup in.
Yeah, see, everyone in the chat is trying to come up with these ways Kincaid's not going to be the guy. Dawson Knox is out. Scamper says Quentin Morris. Quentin Morris is ruled out.
He's the only tight end active tonight.
Exactly. If you want to get crazy, John, if you want to get real crazy, fullback Reggie Gilliam, at times, he does what Patrick Ricard does and plays like inline tight end. He has 22 snaps at inline tight end this year, and that's with Morris and Knox healthy.
Mm-hmm.
He's $200, dude. He's $200, so you can get kind of wild if you want to.
All right, let's do a Mike Evans captain maybe.
Okay.
And then we'll do your Trey Palmer with a Baker Mayfield.
Okay. All right. I'm listening.
Okay.
We don't have to do Kincaid in this one because we already have a captain.
Well, we can still Kincaid because he's cheap. We need cheap guys. So.
Wait, you got Reggie Gilliam.
I'm not going to Reggie Gilliam. Where's Dalton Kincaid's 5K? Plug him in. All right, $8,300 for the remaining spots here.
What happens?
Let's get Diggs. So we didn't do Diggs last time. That's a 5,200 ball here.
Tavius Murray.
Sure, we don't have Cooks, right? Why not? There you go.
It's almost too easy, John.
It really is when you're building lineups like this. Sometimes it is too free.
We need to get that. We need to get one. Oh, contest is full. Give me a break.
That's fine. So you take a little. So we'll have to suffer through winning 5K. I guess. Yeah, that's where we're at.
Did it? Wait. So okay, there we go. I entered it in that contest. I entered it in a different contest.
There we go. A little $3. You spread your wealth.
Yeah. I still got all that. Still get all that Evan Engram Rainmaker card money in there, dude. Let's go, boy.
You never know.
Do we think Aaron Rodgers is going to play this year?
Nah.
Probably not. He seems to think he's going to, but
I mean, listen, I watched the video on like the surgery that he had, and it's kind of impressive.
Gross.
The way the technology is, it's like a low incision type surgery, and it's supposed to have a quicker recovery, but the quickest return ever was the Cam Akers return. And in order for him to be in the Super Bowl, he would have to beat that by 2 months.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, dude.
It's very, very unlikely. But who knows? I mean, listen, they have the PRP treatments. They have the hyperbaric chamber treatments. They have all these things these days to get him ready. And, of course, the herbalist that Aaron Rodgers is, who knows what else he's rubbing on that scar tissue there and getting himself ready to go. So Hal gave us a line that he likes here. Diggs as a captain, Bills defense, Cook, Baker, Palmer correlates with the Bills passing and a little bit of a defense there for Buffalo as well. I like using kickers on slates, man, especially times on teams where offenses maybe a little slow out of the get. You've
been on a crazy kicker kick lately. Are we doing a kicker bet tonight? Is there you have a kicker?
I would probably. I bet McLaughlin's 1.5. I would do the over 1.5 on McLaughlin field.
Why do I have to log in here? Great, there we go. Everyone see my password.
Again, Buffalo's defense has not been great. Teams have been able to move the football on them, but I also didn't have 100% confidence in Baker like continually completing drives. So 2 field goals here for Tampa tonight, maybe.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Where's the
special teams bet?
I already have in here already. I already have $200 on Kincaid having 40 or more yards. Okay. And I also Howard's bet of the day is Rashad White over 3.5 receptions. I used my little booster on that, so $25 to win like 60 something on that. So that's nice. So where are the
that's your thing. You want DST props, dude. I believe kicker made field goal. FG made.
Okay.
And we'll 1.5. 1.5 at minus 135 or plus 135. Plus 135, easy.
Yeah, I'm not putting more than I'm
not even asking you to put more than 25 on. Yeah. That's fine.
I also want to see the solo tackles. Can we get combined tackles? Tackles plus assists. Where's our guy Terrell Bernard? This guy Terrell Bernard, man, last 3 games. So ever since Matt Milano went down, he's had last 3 games 11 combined tackles against the Patriots, 12 combined tackles against the Giants, 16 combined tackles against the
secret's out. It's at 8.5. But that's still lower than what he's done the last 3 weeks.
That's way lower, dude. Before that, I mean, even week 1, he was ahead. Now, the other weeks, I mean, I'm saying since Milano's been out, he's been kind of kicking, dude. He's been kind of rocking. So, I don't know. Where's that? I lost the screen, but I'm going to bet on that. How much do we bet on that?
Your screen is showing to me, so I don't know what tab you've fallen on.
Don't understand how that happens.
You got like a minute left though, Coop.
Okay,
so
okay.
You can get this bet in under the minute.
Oh, it's minus 166. Those cowards, bro.
The hell. So
no, I can't bet that.
You'd have to parlay it with something. So make the money or use your boost, but you already used your boost. So. Guys, that's your week 9, week 8. Wow, always coming out. That's your week 8 Thursday night football preview. We will get our way out of here. Get us in the Discord. Download the BetterCast app. Be in the chat. Hang out with us there this evening. For Coop and I, we will catch you all Sunday morning, 11 to 12. We'll be answering your Start Sit questions. I'll be here 9 to 10 with Britt Flynn answering your Start Sit questions. 10 to 11, Coop and Bender over on Sirius XM. Getting you all ready for your week 8 fantasy football contest. For now, everybody, have fun watching some football here tonight. We will catch you later.